Hello, and welcome to part 2 of my collection run-through. Like I said in the first part, for you this might be a day or two, for me it's a few seconds. I wanted to get this all done now so I have the footage and I can just go and upload it straight. So it uploads while I'm at school or whatever. But anyway, I'm just going to get straight right into it and just go through the different titles. I will probably have to move the box, the drawer I mean. Yes, excellent, okay. Let's go. 9. I remember seeing a trailer for it a few years ago. It looked really cool. I watched the film, I liked it. I watched it again a while ago now. I didn't like it as much. It's a cool film visually, but the story itself isn't really that enthralling, you know. I wasn't hugely impressed by it, but you know, it was a decent film. I'm just gonna show something to you now. Just look at that, from producers Tim Burton and Timur Bekmambetov. You know, when you've got two executive producers like that behind your film, you know you're in for something quite special. But it really wasn't that special. 50-50. Really good comedy, really like that. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is, I wouldn't say he's my favourite film actor going now, but he's definitely one of them. I'll try and get these in now. I'm going to try and not pull them out now. And be a lot quicker with this drawer than I was with the other, because there's a lot more films in this one. 127 hours, really liked it, really impressed with the James Franco's performance, really was quite good, very good actually. 300, it's, as far as story and historical accuracy go, it wasn't that impressive. Visually though, as far as if you judged it as an action film, it was great. I really liked 300. Akira, similar case with Akira than it was with 300. I like the story to Akira better than I like the story to 300, even though 300 is a pretty iconic tale. But I like the story to Akira more. I liked Akira's visual style, and I really was impressed with it. Probably the worst film in the... Well, actually, no. Well, yeah, actually. Probably the worst film in the whole drawer, Alien vs. Predator. I've seen it. I watched Aliens vs Predator. I watched about the first half of the Resident Evil film, and that's all I needed to know, that Paul W.S. Anderson cannot make a good film. I don't have to see The Three Musketeers. I don't have to see the Mortal Kombat film I think he made. I don't have to see the other Resident Evil films. I know that this man does not know what he's doing. Well, he does know what he's doing, but not doing a very good job with it. Apollo 18, mediocre found footage horror film, but it's on the moon, so I can give it a little bit more credit for that. Attack the Block. I know a lot of people like Attack the Block. I know a lot of people have said that it's the next Shaun of the Dead. It's all a brilliant British comedy and all that. I really wasn't that impressed with Attack the Block. I know it's strange. I don't mean to come off as a racist. I'm not, but I really just found a lot of the characters annoying. I mean, the fact that it opens up with a scene of them mugging someone, just that sort of ruined the whole character thing for me. There was a whole time throughout the film I was just wanting them to be eaten by an alien. Like I said, I'm really not trying to come off as being racist, but I'm not a racist. Just don't be angry. I just didn't like the characters in this. Avengers Assemble. As far as the big superhero releases of 2012 goes, with The Dark Knight Rises and The Avengers Assemble, I've watched The Dark Knight Rises more times than I've watched The Avengers, but I like The Avengers more. Which is strange, but you know, that's how it works. Batman Begins. Of the Christopher Nolan Batman films, as far as the villains go, I think they kind of maybe wasted the Scarecrow in this a bit. I mean, the Scarecrow is a pretty cool villain, and Ra's al Ghul, Ra's al Ghul, because he's like Ra's al Ghul in the films, but they call him Ra's al Ghul in Arkham City, and that's really weird, but I'm going to call him Ra's al Ghul because that sounds cooler. Ra's al Ghul is easily one of my favourite Batman villains. And straight on to the next Batman thing, Batman Gotham Knight. This was really good. I really like the way they handled the different sort of smaller stories in it. I thought that was really cool how they did that. Black Swan. Black Swan. This film really did quite surprise me. I knew it was about ballet. I didn't realise it was going to be this dark thriller. I was quite surprised by it. Blood the Last Vampire. Done a review for that, so I don't need to say anything about that. Buried. Definitely one of the most interesting films I have. I really hate the idea of being buried alive, but this made being buried alive look cool, and it was not cool, but the whole sort of concept behind it, that he's kidnapped by terrorists and put in a coffin and buried alive, it was really intense, and really enjoyed the film. Casino Royale. I can't really say that Casino Royale is my favourite Bond film. Of the Bond films I've seen, which are this one and Die Another Day, because I haven't seen Skyfall, I haven't seen Quantum of Solace, I haven't seen all the older ones like Goldfinger and Dr. No. Never seen them. But, you know, if they're anything like Casino Royale, it should be good. And I noticed that it's quite dark now, because the other titles are pretty difficult to see there. But I'm gonna try and get on with this video anyway. You can see the others pretty good though. So that's Casino Royale. Cloverfield. I like Cloverfield a lot. To me, Cloverfield is quite slow. It took about half an hour for anything sort of truly interesting or intense to happen. But, you know, as soon as it picked up, it was a really enjoyable film. Collateral. This is probably the first film where I haven't been able to decide who I like more, the good guy, the bad guy. Jamie Foxx was a really cool good guy. He played off that sort of innocent, not too sure what's going on, surprising thing well. And Tom Cruise did a really good job as a sinister douchebag, you know. I was really impressed with both their performances. And I don't know why, but in the back of my mind, I feel as though... Did Jamie Foxx win an Oscar for this? I think he won an Oscar for being in Ray. And I'm not sure what else. But I don't know why, but something... Chances are I've either read it somewhere or somebody has said it and it's just stayed in my mind. Right, I have just had a warning telling me that battery is low, so I'm going to rush through it. District 9, great fantasy film, I liked it. Donnie Darko, great sort of mystery, horror kind of film, really liked it. 1931 Dracula, really liked it. Well, I liked it, but it wasn't very scary, and for me, if a horror film isn't scary, I'm not that impressed with it. Even if it was made in 1931, it's still not exempt from the rule. Drag Me to Hell, the same thing. Really, I liked it, but I wasn't really scared by it. It wasn't really intense. It was quite intense, but, you know, not hugely impressed with it. Final Destination 5 sucks. It's purely made just so people can have a laugh watching people die in incredibly ridiculous ways. Fall Irons, again, like I said in my Blu-ray video, one of those comedies that has the element of violence and such to it, and I just love it. Brilliant film. Funny People, it's okay. Should probably move this now so that you're not reading the titles upside down. Right. Funny People like it. Green Lantern, not great. I know a lot of people really hate it, but, you know, I haven't really watched it in ages. I don't even think I've watched it at all. No, I've watched it once. Not that much. Gremlins, I like Gremlins. I've seen all the Harry Potter films, but this is the only one I own. That's the Half-Blood Prince, I like it. Hot Fuzz, not as good as Shaun of the Dead, still very funny. The Indiana Jones films, I like them all. I like the first three all of the first three more than Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, but you know, probably my favourite would be Raiders of the Lost Ark. Raiders of the Lost Ark, Last Crusade, Temple of Doom, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Right, now we're going to get to these last ones. I'll just move this around now and show them all individually. Iron Sky could have had the potential to be a really interesting film, but kind of blew it in the last half of the film. Kick-Ass. Okay, I know I was going to try and run through this. I will do a review for Kick-Ass, actually. That'll be one of the next ones I do, so that I can explain my views on the Kick-Ass and the whole Kick-Ass 2 comic film thing. Layer Cake. Matthew Vaughn is one of my favourite filmmakers. He did direct Kick-Ass, and he also directed X-Men First Class, and they were all really good superhero films, but Layer Cake was a really cool film. I've actually seen... No, I was going to say I've seen Daniel Craig. No, I have actually. I've seen him in more roles not being Bond than I have seen him in. This was that 18-rated film I talked about, Land of the Dead. That was a cool zombie film. I like that. That's nice. $1 Million Baby. This is one of the more recent films I watched that was really good. I would definitely consider that for being a favourite film of mine. And Minority Report. And yeah, that's a good film. I like it. So yeah, that's the first draw done. Second draw actually, and I've done it all in less time than it took me to go through 14 sort of Blu-ray titles. I know there's more titles than that individually, but you know what I mean. So anyway, thank you for watching this part of the video. I'm going to let the playback charge a bit. I'll go record draws 2 and 3 and 4. Sorry, I can't count today. And then I will see about having these uploaded. So thank you for watching. Hope you found my collection interesting, and thank you for watching. Goodbye.